Chapter 11. Mackenzie sat in her parents' basement in hopes that they wouldn't hear the gunshot. When she fired the .22 revolver at the range, it made a sound that made her think of popping a balloon that was already deflated and on the floor. The instructor told her that the Mafia would use .22s when executing someone because the bullet would bounce around inside the skull, but it wouldn't exit. That was good. She was hoping that there'd be no mess to clean up afterwards. Here it goes. She pressed the barrel against her temple, cocked the hammer back, and hesitated. Why was it so hard? She knew this was for the best, yet she still struggled. What was distracting her? The clinking of metal traveled from the kitchen down to her ears. Someone was in her house. The feeling gave her an unusual chill. The gun was already in her hand, so Mackenzie figured if she can't shoot herself, she can use it on the intruder. She carefully walked up the stairs. Each creaking sound pierced her ears like a knife. She reached the top step and made her way to the kitchen. There was a black figure standing in the center. She felt the urge to squeeze the trigger, but shooting an unarmed intruder in the back wouldn't sit well with the police. Turn around. The figure turned around. East stood there, eating out of a bowl of soup. Mackenzie lowered the gun. Jesus Christ, East! East just shrugged. Sorry. How the hell did you get in? She asked. Saw a YouTube video on how to pick locks. Mackenzie put the gun on the kitchen counter. There was no need to carry it if there was no intruder. So what do you want? East slurped the cold soup before speaking. When I was at Jeff's funeral, I saw someone in the woods. He looked familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I got a feeling you might be able to help me. Mackenzie sighed. What did he look like? East put his soup bowl down. Kind of tall and skinny. He had dark hair. He was white. Mackenzie scoffed. That doesn't narrow it down much. Know anyone like that? You're lucky. I actually do know someone like that. His name is Marty Reynolds, and when I dated for a couple months before I met Tim, he started doing drugs and I dumped his ass. End of story. Does he have an address? East asked. If he still lives with his parents, he'd be on 13540 North Wind Drive. East typed the address into his phone, then picked up the bowl and drained the rest of it. Thanks. He turned to leave, but looked back at the gun on the counter. Mackenzie looked at it and silently groaned. She picked it up, unloaded it, and walked to the hall closet to put it back in the safe. All the while, East watched. You can't blame yourself for what happened to Tim, he said. Yeah, well, it's not like he's gonna come running back into my arms, she replied. East sighed. There was no use arguing. Not this late at night. He just turned back to the door. I'll see you later, sis. Thanks for the help. Mackenzie heard the door shut and waited a minute before going to lock it. She looked back at the safe in the closet. Fuck it. She was too tired to open up the safe and reload the gun again. All she wanted to do now is go to bed. Mackenzie walked back to her bedroom and took a peek out her window. Did East walk here, or did he park his truck somewhere? Unfortunately, she didn't get an answer because she couldn't see East, nor did she hear a vehicle running. See you later, little bro. Her and East's parents were close friends who knew each other since high school. So naturally, her and East grew up together. Being older by 3 years, Mackenzie was like a big sister to East. Even when they were little, she always thought East was smart for his age, and very determined. What do you want with Marty, East? She thought. With all the murders happening, it was best not to ask a question like that.